Did you know that more than 75% of adults over 60 are severely deficient in magnesium, even though many of them take supplements every single day? They sleep through the night yet still wake up exhausted. Their memory slips away little by little, and painful nighttime cramps keep coming back. For years, all of these symptoms have been blamed on aging. But the latest research reveals that the real cause isn't simply age. It's that you've been taking the wrong type of magnesium for your body. Magnesium citrate or oxide, the kinds most commonly found on pharmacy shelves, have extremely poor absorption. Only a tiny fraction ever makes it into your cells, while most gets flushed out. Even worse, these forms often cause bloating or diarrhea, forcing many people to give up. And that's the hidden danger. You believe you're protecting your health. But in reality, you're weakening your bones, tiring out your heart, and disrupting your sleep night after night. In today's video, I'll reveal 9 surprising benefits of magnesium glycinate, the form that absorbs up to 80%, gentle on your stomach, and safe for older adults. From restoring lost energy and strengthening your bones to calming your anxious mind, this may be the key you've been searching for. And most importantly, I'll also share 3 deadly mistakes that so many people over 60 make when choosing magnesium. Before we begin, let me ask you, have you ever taken magnesium but still felt exhausted, restless, or unable to sleep? If yes, type yes in the comments. If not, type no. Your answer may help someone else in this community realize they are not alone. Have you noticed that even the smallest tasks leave you short of breath these days? Just a short walk to the mailbox, a few steps up the stairs, or playing with your grandchild and suddenly your legs feel like lead, your heart pounds, and you ask yourself, why am I so exhausted, even after a full night's sleep? Many people believe that fatigue is simply a normal part of aging. But what if it's not? What if the real reason your energy has disappeared has nothing to do with age, but with a deficiency in a mineral that every single cell in your body depends on every second of the day? Magnesium is the spark that starts the engine of your body. Without it, your cells cannot produce ATP, the vital energy currency of life. Imagine ATP as the battery that powers every heartbeat, every step, and every clear thought. Without enough magnesium, that battery can't recharge. You may sleep 8 hours, but still wake up with an empty fuel tank. And here's the danger: not every form of magnesium helps you refill that tank. Common types like citrate or oxide often pass straight through your system or cause bloating and diarrhea. Your body stays depleted, your mind foggy, and you pay the price with relentless fatigue. Picture this: an old man in the park, eager to take a 15-minute walk with his granddaughter. But halfway around the path, he has to sit down, gasping for breath, watching her run ahead alone. That's not just tiredness, it's life and joy slipping away. Magnesium glycinate can change that. This form absorbs up to 80%, going directly into your cells to recharge the battery. Older adults who take it often describe feeling life come back, not the jittery buzz of coffee, but a calm, steady clarity. More stamina to shop for groceries, to tend the garden, to sit at the dinner table with family without collapsing afterward. More clarity to read, to think, to truly live. A safe dose for most older adults is 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate daily, usually taken in the evening. It's gentle on the stomach, without the diarrhea that other types can cause. But always check with your doctor first, especially if you take medications for blood pressure or heart conditions. The most important thing, be consistent, because only regular use allows your body to slowly rebuild its natural energy reserves. But there is one truth even more concerning than running out of energy when your mind is trapped in constant, unrelenting anxiety, never finding rest. And that is exactly what we need to talk about next. Have you ever sat in the middle of a family gathering, surrounded by the laughter of children and grandchildren, yet felt no peace inside? Your chest tightens, your heartbeat races, your breath shortens, and your mind spins with endless worries. You force a smile, but deep down you feel trapped. That is not just normal stress. That is anxiety quietly stealing away your joy. Many people believe anxiety is only emotional, that you can overcome it by simply thinking positive. But what if that isn't true? What if the root lies in your body itself, when a mineral deficiency keeps your nervous system stuck in constant alarm mode? Science shows that magnesium is essential for producing GABA, the calming neurotransmitter that signals your brain, you are safe. You can relax now. Without enough magnesium, that signal never arrives, leaving your thoughts racing, your heart pounding, and your nights restless. Over time, this chronic anxiety doesn't just drain your spirit, it raises blood pressure, disrupts sleep, and even increases the risk of stroke. Picture a grandmother at Christmas, sitting among her children and grandchildren, yet her eyes drift away, her mind filled with endless what-ifs. The joy that should have been hers slips silently away. The good news is magnesium glycinate can help restore calm, highly absorbable and gentle. A daily dose of 200 to 400 milligauss in the evening steadily supports the nervous system. Seniors often describe the change as though a fog has lifted. The heart no longer races without cause. Sleep grows deeper, and most importantly, they can truly be present, enjoying the moment with their family. If you've ever felt anxiety steal your joy, type the number 8 in the comments. You'll be surprised how many others feel the same, and your sharing may help someone realize they are not alone. But anxiety is only part of the story. What destroys health even faster is chronic insomnia, the silent thief of aging. And that is exactly what we'll talk about next. Do you remember the last time you had a full night of sleep without waking up in the middle of the night? For many people over 60, that memory feels distant. Each night, they toss and turn, waiting for morning only to rise with heavy limbs, a foggy mind, and a heart that races. Insomnia doesn't just steal your rest, it silently robs you of your health and years of your life. Many seniors believe poor sleep is just part of getting old, but science proves otherwise. Chronic insomnia raises blood pressure, weakens memory, and even accelerates the risk of stroke. It's not an unavoidable part of aging. It's your body's cry for a missing key that unlocks true relaxation. That key is magnesium, specifically magnesium glycinate. This form is absorbed directly into nerve cells, helping muscles release tension and the brain generate natural calming signals like opening a door to deep, restorative sleep. A 2012 study confirmed that seniors who supplemented with magnesium glycinate slept longer, woke up less often, and felt sharper in the morning. So, where should you begin? The safe daily dosage for most older adults is 200 to 400 milligauss at night, best taken after a light meal. Avoid combining it with calcium supplements, since the two compete for absorption. Create a technology shutdown ritual, turn off TV and phones at least 1 hour before bed, so magnesium can work at its best. Now picture this: instead of staring at the ceiling, you gently close your eyes. Your heartbeat steadies, your breathing slows, and sleep embraces you naturally. By morning, you rise with renewed strength, step into the garden, and greet the day without the shadow of exhaustion. But here's something even more concerning. Insomnia doesn't just leave you tired, It also quietly disrupts your blood sugar, laying the foundation for type 2 diabetes. And that is exactly what we need to uncover next. Imagine sitting at your local YMCA, surrounded by friends who gather every week to talk about managing diabetes. Some check their blood sugar every morning, others already carry the burden of insulin injections. But what if I told you that one hidden mineral could be the reason blood sugar keeps slipping out of control, even when you're trying your best? The truth is, magnesium deficiency silently fuels insulin resistance. Without enough magnesium, insulin, the hormone that carries sugar into your cells, loses its strength. It's like having a key that no longer fits the lock. The sugar stays in your blood, climbing higher and higher while your cells starve for energy. Over time, this resistance becomes a dangerous pathway leading straight to type 2 diabetes. Here's a sobering fact: seniors with low magnesium levels are nearly 50% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes, according to a large study published in Diabetes Care. And it doesn't stop there. Uncontrolled blood sugar accelerates nerve damage, weakens your vision, and slowly destroys the kidneys. But there is hope. Magnesium glycinate can restore that missing key. By helping insulin unlock the doors of your cells, it supports better blood sugar balance and reduces the spikes that drain your energy and damage your health. So, what can you do? Dosage. Aim for 200 to 400 milligrams magnesium glycinate daily, best taken before bed. Pair wisely. Combine it with foods rich in fiber like leafy greens and beans because they stabilize blood sugar naturally. Avoid traps. Limit processed carbs and late-night snacking, which cancel out magnesium's benefits. Imagine the difference. Instead of waking with shaky hands and sudden sugar cravings, you feel steady. Your energy lasts through the morning walk. You can sit with your grandkids, read them a story, and not worry about sudden drops or spikes stealing the moment. But here's the twist: diabetes isn't the only silent signal of magnesium deficiency. While blood sugar troubles show up on a test, your digestive system may already be crying for help in ways most people are too embarrassed to talk about. And that's exactly where we're headed next. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're here with me. You know, there are struggles many older adults choose to keep silent about. One of the most common is constipation, bloating, and abdominal discomfort. It keeps many from joining social gatherings, from feeling comfortable in groups, and even from opening up to their own children or grandchildren. So they endure it quietly, letting their later years be trapped by constant discomfort. Magnesium here plays the role of a silent friend. It's not only a mineral for your bones or your heart, it's also the key that helps your intestines work smoothly. When magnesium levels are adequate, the muscles in your intestinal walls relax, bowel movements become more regular, and water is drawn into the intestines to soften stool cells. The result? Going to the bathroom feels lighter, easier, and no longer an ordeal. An elderly woman once shared at her church group, "I thought constipation was just something I had to accept at my age. But after taking magnesium glycinate for a few weeks, my body felt freed. No more sleepless nights from bloating, no more embarrassment when going out." Her story reflects what so many others silently endure. Research also shows magnesium not only eases constipation, but also helps calm conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. The key is choosing the right form magnesium glycinate. It's gentle on the stomach, less likely to cause diarrhea, and safe for long-term use. Just imagine being able to join gatherings, play with your grandchildren, or simply enjoy a meal without worry. That's not just physical relief, it's emotional freedom. But digestion is only the surface. The organ that carries an even heavier burden from magnesium deficiency is your kidneys, and when your kidneys begin to cry for help, the consequences can be far more severe. That's exactly what we'll uncover in the next section. Do you realize that your kidneys never rest? Day and night, they filter your blood, flush out toxins, and keep your body in balance. Yet, many older adults don't realize that magnesium deficiency is silently wearing down their kidneys hour by hour, day by day. Picture an emergency room in a local hospital, an elderly man doubled over in pain, only to hear the doctor say, "It's kidney stones." It's not just physical agony, it's a signal that health and vitality are slipping away. What few people know is that this condition is closely linked to low magnesium levels. Magnesium binds with oxalate in urine, preventing the formation of calcium oxalate crystals, the main culprit behind kidney stones. Beyond that, magnesium helps reduce oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, two key factors in the long-term decline of kidney health. When your kidneys lose their strength, blood filtration slows, toxins build up, fatigue sets in, your skin loses its glow, and the threat of kidney failure lurks constantly in the background. Think about it. Have you noticed swelling in your ankles, difficulty urinating, or a dull ache in your lower back lately? These aren't just normal signs of aging. They may be your kidneys crying out for help. The solution is magnesium glycinate, a highly absorbable form that supports the body without upsetting the stomach. Taken regularly, it doesn't just help prevent kidney stones, it protects your kidneys for the long haul, keeping your body's natural filtration system strong and resilient. But the story doesn't end with your kidneys. When they grow weak, the liver is forced to shoulder even greater strain. And the liver, your body's processing plant, is one of the organs most vulnerable to magnesium deficiency. That's exactly where we need to go next. Picture a family dinner in America, children gently urging their parents to get a liver test because lately their skin looks dull, energy is low, and food no longer tastes appealing. The father brushes it off with a smile. It's just old age. But what few realize is that behind those seemingly harmless signs may lurk fatty liver disease, one of the most dangerous silent killers. The liver is the body's processing plant, handling detoxification, sugar and fat metabolism, and energy production. When magnesium is lacking, this system falters. The liver cannot detoxify efficiently. Fat begins to accumulate, and liver enzymes quietly rise without you noticing. Over time, a once healthy liver turns into a fat storage site, raising the risk of hepatitis, cirrhosis, or even liver cancer. A 2019 study published in the Annals of Translational Medicine revealed that proper magnesium supplementation not only improves liver function, but also slows the progression of fatty liver disease and reduces liver-related mortality. This means that choosing the right form of magnesium, particularly magnesium glycinate, can serve as a protective shield, reducing inflammation, combating oxidative stress, and keeping your liver resilient. Ask yourself, how many times have you ignored that heavy feeling in your stomach after a greasy meal or unexplained fatigue? How often have you blamed it on aging without realizing your liver was crying for help? This isn't just about physical health, it's about your quality of life. A weakened liver means fading energy, a sluggish mind, and days that should be filled with joy instead overshadowed by illness. Magnesium glycinate may not be a miracle cure, but it is a foundation that allows your liver to rest, regenerate, and continue protecting you. It's a simple step that can safeguard your health and keep this silent threat at bay. But remember, when the liver struggles, Your bones are rarely spared. Magnesium deficiency accelerates bone loss and fractures the very thing that can rob you of independence in your later years. And that's exactly where we're heading next. If you're still here and finding this information truly valuable, type the number 2 in the comments. It lets me know you're still walking with me on this journey to reclaim your health. Now, imagine a gentle Tai Chi class at the local community center. Everyone is moving gracefully, enjoying the flow until suddenly, an older woman stumbles and falls. The sound of her hip hitting the floor silences the entire room. What seemed like a small accident turns into a hip fracture, and from that day forward, she can no longer live independently. This isn't just a fall, it's the frightening reality millions of seniors face. What few realize is that 60% of the body's magnesium is stored in the bones. When levels run low, the balance between two vital processes breaks down bone-building osteoblasts and bone-resorbing osteoclasts. Instead of growing stronger, the body begins to erode its own bones, leaving them fragile and prone to fracture. The result? Osteoporosis and broken bones, the silent enemies that rob seniors of freedom, forcing many into wheelchairs or nursing homes. Have you ever feared that even a small stumble could take away your ability to walk? That's the pain many over 60 quietly carry. But the solution lies in magnesium glycinate, a highly absorbable, stomach-friendly form that strengthens bones from within. With enough magnesium, bones become denser, stronger, and less likely to break, especially the hip, the most dangerous fracture for seniors. And it's not just about the body. Strong bones mean freedom of spirit, being able to shop, garden, or care for yourself without depending on others. But here's the harsh truth: even if your bones remain strong, your brain, where memory and clarity live, is what truly decides whether you stay independent or become dependent. And that's exactly what we'll uncover in the next section. But even if your bones remain strong, there is something far more decisive in whether you live independently or become dependent: your brain, the place where memory, clarity, and your very identity reside. Picture a quiet afternoon at the community library. You sit down with a book, only to realize you can't remember the line you just read. Or worse, when a familiar friend greets you, your mind goes blank. This is not just a normal part of aging. It's the early warning of cognitive decline, a silent thief that robs memory, clarity, and dignity. The brain controls everything: memory, focus, emotions. Without enough magnesium, the neural connections, like bridges carrying signals, grow weak and eventually collapse. The result is fading memory, slower thinking, and a sense of being lost even in your own home. Magnesium is the key to synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to learn and remember. Studies show that proper magnesium intake can improve memory, sharpen focus, and lower the risk of Alzheimer's. Beyond that, magnesium glycinate helps the brain rest by improving sleep and easing anxiety, two critical factors in long-term brain protection. One elderly man once confessed, "What I fear most isn't physical pain, but the day I can't remember my grandchild's name." That is the deep, unspoken fear carried by so many older adults. And that is why magnesium glycinate becomes a silent ally, preserving memory, maintaining clarity, and allowing you to keep living independently and freely. Imagine the future still remembering every beloved face, still holding on to cherished memories, and still being yourself, whole and proud. That is the priceless gift of health that every senior deserves in their later years. We've just walked together through a powerful journey from drained energy, constant anxiety, sleepless nights, unstable blood sugar, poor digestion, to the silent threats of kidney stones, fatty liver, brittle bones, and finally the brain, the very place that defines clarity and dignity in later life. And all of these challenges share one common root, a lack of magnesium glycinate. But here's the good news: you are not powerless. With the right knowledge, the right choice, and consistency, you can reclaim your vitality, your independence, and the joy of fully being with your loved ones. Picture a family gathering where you're not sitting quietly in the corner, exhausted, but laughing, sharing stories, and remembering every precious face. That is the gift of health you truly deserve. If you found this information helpful, please hit like to support and subscribe so you don't miss more life-changing tips for staying healthy and sharp as you age. Share this video with friends or family because one small action could help someone else improve their life. And before you go, I'd love to ask, out of the 9 benefits magnesium glycinate can bring, which one touched you the most? Energy, strong bones, or sharp memory? Leave your answer in the comments, because your story might inspire others in this community. A healthy, sharp, and joyful life is still within your reach. All it takes is to start today